watching the Nerd Lair's Weekend Rental Review, nostalgic movie reviews every weekend. This weekend's rental review is A Kid in King Arthur's Court from 1995.
A Kid in King Arthur's Court follows the story of Calvin, a coward, who's up to bat at a baseball game, who's afraid to hit the ball from a pitcher whose only lines is ripped off from a better movie.
Hasta la vista, Fuller.
Calvin strikes out because he didn't even attempt to swing the baseball bat, realizing that he probably should have quit after Rookie of the Year. One of the other players tells him to go get his baseball bats, and Calvin says,
"As you wish, Your Highness."
Why would he say that? Oh, wait a minute. Foreshadowing? Oh! Suddenly, the earth begins to quake. The coach orders everyone to get out of the dugout, so what does Calvin do? He runs into the dugout because he can't forget his backpack full of plot convenience items. And just in the nick of time, too, because the ground opens up below his feet and he falls down a chasm. A green screen chasm, the safest kind of chasm there is. Meanwhile, on the set of Game of Thrones Season 9, the king and his knights are on a high-speed chase to catch the Black Knight who just stole a treasure box from the king. At that exact moment, the sky opens up its ass and shits out Calvin onto the Black Knight. Dude, this guy is afraid of a knight. Come on. The Black Knight, confused as fuck that the sky just shit on him, runs away in a panic, questioning reality. Calvin drops the box and runs because humans and horses are scary. Next, we're introduced to the film's antagonist, Lord Velasco, who's definitely not the film's antagonist.
Thank thee, Lord Velasco.
Pleasure, Your Highness.
Definitely not the villain. Yep, this guy's probably gonna save the day at the end, be the hero, and fuck the princess. For sure. Calvin sees a castle off in the distance and shits his pants for the 4th time today. Not being very smart, he runs towards the castle, which is probably where those knights that are chasing him are from. And of course, he gets caught by guards that are wearing yarn mail, because this movie's budget was a flagon of grog. The guards take him to see the king, who's having a feast with everyone in the Great Hall.
Ah, 'tis the brave man who frightened off the Black Knight.
He tells Calvin that he's King Arthur and he wants to make sure that he's not a spy, so he has to prove himself in combat. Shitting himself for the 5th time today, Calvin takes out his CD player from his plot convenience backpack and puts it up to a bunch of horns to amplify the sound.
Here goes.
Clearly the work of the devil or sorcery. No one bats an eye at this miracle that they've just witnessed.
That was rock and roll.
I'd say heavy metal, but what do I know? For some reason, no one questions this kid's otherworldly abilities, and they give him a really nice bedroom to stay in.
Okay, where's the bathroom?
A better question would be, how do people wipe their ass in the medieval ages? Next, Lord Velasco, like a pedophile, sneaks out of the shadows and spooks Calvin. He tells Calvin that he better watch his sexy back, because if he gets in his way again, these fingers are going to end up somewhere other than his face. Next, Calvin talks to Small Princess about how he misses his family and how he wants to go back home, but he doesn't know how. Is there anyone in the castle that can help him?
Perhaps there is somebody who can.
Who?
Merlin. So here's the thing, at the beginning of the movie, Merlin brings back a knight to help save Camelot, but Calvin was mistook for someone who's actually brave. Small Princess takes him through a secret passageway that leads them to a room with a bunch of awesome fantasy artifacts.
That's Excalibur.
My, that does know a lot.
I watch a lot of CNN.
There's a lot of these kind of jokes, by the way. Also, when did CNN ever cover King Arthur and his sword Excalibur? Anyway, she takes him to this thing called the Well of Destiny. It's the last thing that remains of Merlin, and if there's any hope of getting him home, it's in there. Next, Calvin hears some voices coming from the well. It's Merlin! If Merlin had sex with Doc Brown and they had a baby who got addicted to crack. Merlin, confused that he doesn't see a knight in front of him, but instead that kid from American Pie, starts to think that he might have gotten his spell wrong, brought back the wrong person.
Look, you definitely have the wrong guy. Why don't you just send me home? I mean, my family really needs me.
The next day, Calvin meets Small Princess at the training grounds so he can see what a badass she really is. She's a super fearless, independent warrior princess, a true milady. The person training them is a dollar store Daniel Craig. Wait a minute. Oh my god, that actually is Daniel Craig, holy shit. Anyway, Calvin says a few one-liners that go over everyone's head because they're from the Middle Ages and he's not, and he sucks ass at training. Next scene. Meanwhile, in the garden, Lord Velasco sneaks up on Big Princess and tells her something pretty rapey.
You are the most exquisite flower in this garden, Princess.
He tells her if they get married, they can make this kingdom great again. But Big Princess doesn't like rapists. I mean Lord Velasco. She likes Daniel Craig, but they keep their love a secret because he's just a peasant. After training, Calvin goes to the local blacksmith to see if he can make him something special for the princess. Somehow, Calvin has a pair of rollerblades that we didn't see him have the entire movie. He asks a medieval blacksmith if he can reverse engineer a pair of rollerblades from the fucking future. No. No. Oh, come on. That night, the king tells Big Princess that she has to marry Lord Velasco because it's for the good of the kingdom. She says if she can't marry for love, then she'll let the jousting tournament decide. The winner will get to marry her and have awesome unprotected medieval sex. The next day, things are getting pretty serious with Calvin and Small Princess. He asks this poor blacksmith who he just made slave over these fucking rollerblades to build him a goddamn mountain bike from these plans that he drew up. No. No. Oh, what the fuck? So they ride their mountain bike over to this lake and they get to know each other a little bit better. It's pointless character development for two really boring characters. Next. So it turns out that the Black Knight isn't such a bad guy after all. He stole a bunch of food and gives it all away to the poor people of the town. Calvin and Small Princess both see this heroic deed and come to the conclusion that, he seems like a nice guy. Next. Calvin gets his smooch on with Small Princess. Score. He walks her back to her room only to get her kidnapped by one of Lord Velasco's goons. Calvin has his ear right next to the door and he can't hear her struggle from the other side. Idiot! The goon takes Small Princess back to Velasco's lair. Velasco tells Big Princess that if he doesn't marry her, he's gonna kill her little sister, and probably molest her, because medieval times. I don't know. She tells Calvin everything that's going on, and that she needs his help. Calvin tells the king that Velasco's been yanking his chain, and that he kidnapped his daughter, so it's up to Calvin and this fat old king to go save the princess. Next, they hatch a plan to disguise the king and sneak out of the castle. Yeah, that old man's bones would be jelly right now. So they make it to Castle Wolfenstein and they sneak through a secret passageway down below in the moat. Because what good is an evil castle if you didn't have a secret entrance that anyone can go through? Also, what the fuck is up with his face? So they find Small Princess and break her out. But oh no, the guards have come. What are they gonna do? Forgive me, master, but I'll have to go all out just this once. In the midst of all the chaos, Small Princess gets taken by one of the guards. The guard tells him if they come any closer, she's gonna fly like an eagle. To the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me.
I want to fly, oh yeah, fly right into the future.
Excuse me. Anyway, they save Small Princess, get the fuck out of there, Calvin gets knighted. Who cares? Back at the castle, the jousting tournament is about to begin. And again, whoever wins gets to marry Big Princess. Let me make a long story short. Velasco loses, the Black Knight is actually Big Princess, and Daniel Craig gets to smash that princess ass. And finally, Calvin gets to go home. He's put back in his baseball game right before he goes up to bat. He hits a home run and wins the game. Not that it matters, but this kid runs like a total dork. But what's this? Small Princess and the king are in the future? What does it mean? I don't fucking know. But who cares? So what have we learned? That it's a million times easier to hook up with babes in the medieval ages, and that if you're a straight white male, nobody will call you a witch for using magic, because male privilege, and that the only real wizard in this movie is that fucking blacksmith.
If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching and tune in next weekend to see what movie we rent.